You will never live where you are at unless you first decide where you'd rather be. And the emphasis in this statement is not you living, but in the decision. You would never live where you are at without you first deciding where you would rather be. Before you left your house for work, you first decided that you would go to work today. Before you left your house for a grocery store, you first decided that I would leave my house to go pick up some items in the grocery store. But before movement comes decision, very importantly, you would never live where you are at unless you first decide explicitly, like not thinking, oh, I think I am going here or I think I am going here, but explicitly, like clearly where you would like to be. And this is the same with literally everything worthwhile, everything true in life. Christopher Columbus, the great navigator and cartographer who first sailed from the shores of Europe to the Native America, basically, he was only able to achieve that feat because at some point in time, he decided that I was going to go beyond the known borders of the world. Because before that adventure, the known maps that we had of the world basically just included Africa, Asia, and Europe. And it was basically stated that outside of all of this lies Dragon. But that was where Christopher Columbus decided that he was going to go. And that basically led to what we know today as the Great American Empire. But you would never really leave point A until you first clearly decide where point B is to you. That was why earlier in the week I did say, close your eyes, let your mind paint the picture. Close your eye for a moment, forget about where you are at, and simply just focus on creating that picture of where you would rather be. Because before Christopher Columbus landed on the shores of the Native America, he never really had even the slightest idea what was on the other side of the waters. He never really had an idea because no one had done it before him. At least no one had done it on a recorded scale before him. But it was the decision to actually go there that got him there. It was the decision to actually go there that got him off his own shores into taking on that adventure that at the time seemed to be quite a very scary one. Yeah. So why I'm actually making this video today is to make you understand that your finances will never change unless you first decide where you would want it to be. You would most likely repeat the same circle, move in the same circle, continue the same pattern until you first decide that I am tired of where I am right now. This is where I want my finance to be. It is the decision that begins to set in place, in motion, the forces that gets you to act. It is the decision that begins to trigger those mechanisms in you, that begins to ask it is that decision that begins to ask the question in your head, how do I achieve this goal, this target that I have for myself? So you would never really live where you are at unless you decide where you would rather be. So paint a picture where you would want your finances to be and decide that this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be with my finance. Take that decision today. Take that decision today. I remember Nako Daniel, the mastermind trader from the world's most populous Black nation. As always, remember this week is Financial Awareness, Financial Discovery Week. Take the time to take inventories, conscious written tracking of your inventories, of your cash flow. And if you would like to have a one-on-one session with me where we walk your personal or business finance or where we walk your trading, follow the link in the bio.